Warning! This video will contain heavy spoilers from the show Steven Universe. It is advised that you catch up before watching this video. If you are not up to date with the show, but want to watch this video anyways, tread lightly. You have been warned. Hello everyone, Lazy here and welcome to my first theory video. This might be the only theory video I'll make, depending on how well this goes, so consider this a test run on the idea. Some things would be awkward, cringy, and probably going to look a lot like a clone of some other YouTube video, so I apologize in advance. So with that out of the way, let's get started. To get to the point, a lot of people, including me, have been wondering what the diamonds exactly do. We know that they control Homeworld, and that they take over other planets and their moons, but that is about it. We can safely assume that they are conquering other planets to get their materials and make more gems under their control, which makes sense, but what are each diamond's one major role? We learn from Peridot in Hit the Diamond that Yellow Diamond has complete control over Homeworld's military, but what about the others? Let's take a look at how each diamond takes authority, and how their court gems can give us a clue on what role each leader has in the gem colony. This won't be solid since we don't know what gems are in White Diamond's court, or how long Pink Diamond has control over Earth, but this is why it's a theory. I might update this theory once we find out more, but this is what we're gonna go off of for the time being. First up is Blue Diamond, since we know a bit more about the gems that are under her court. From what we know, the gems in Blue Diamond's court are sapphires, agates, and lapis lazulis. There might be more gems in Blue's court that we don't know about yet, but for now, I'll talk about these three. Using the knowledge that we know about our sapphire, it is likely that other sapphires can see only one future in which they don't intervene due to their passive nature. It is also stated that sapphires can look into the future to a certain extent, but it is rare enough to get it placed into Blue Diamond's court, especially since having a gem that can see into the future, even by a little bit, is perfect for planning ahead or getting information about certain things. An example would be during the flashback in The Answer, when Blue Diamond asked if the rebels, Rose Quartz and Pearl, would be captured right then and there, and if necessary actions would be needed. Next under Blue Diamond's court is agates. From what we know from the song What's the Use of Feeling Blue, agates terrifies. I'm not entirely sure what Yellow Diamond means by that. If I had to guess, I would say that agates act as second in command, and in order to keep the gems from getting out of line they use fear. It would make sense, since we saw how terrified the amethysts were of Holly Blue, who is an agate. We also see Holly Blue's weapon, a whip, which also points to her being second in command whenever a diamond is not present, since whips are usually used to punish whoever disobeys an order. Last are lapis lazulis. In the episode That Will Be All, we found out that the job of a lapis is to terraform, which basically means that lapises modify the planet, that way it can be inhibited by gems. Going off of our lapis, this would make sense. Lapises have the ability of hydrokinesis, flight, and most importantly, memory projection. We saw Lapis use memory projection before in Same Old World, so we have an idea of how she reports to either Holly Blue or her diamond. She can either report what she saw and how they terraformed the planet for Homeworld gems, or if they ran into a problem and need to show why they couldn't complete the mission. From what I can guess from these three gems and what their abilities are, Blue Diamond might be in charge of getting information of a planet. Kind of what a spy organization would do. Like she might get some information about a planet from her subjects, tell the other diamonds to see if they need material from the planet, or if it's best to just destroy it with making a cluster in it. And if they can use the planet, she sends Lapis to get it ready for the use of kindergartens. This can be backed up by the fact that Blue Diamond doesn't seem to be the fighting type, and besides Lapis, neither is the rest of her court from what we know. We haven't seen a sapphire fight without the use of fusion, and we saw Holly Blue get her butt kicked so easily from both Garnet and Amethyst. The only one we saw actually fight back is Lapis, and even then she needs water to fight back. Without it, I don't think she would get very far, even with her determined spirit. Even when Blue Diamond was attacked by Rose and Pearl in The Answer, she ran instead of taking care of the two herself. This might be because she didn't take in consideration that Sapphire's vision might change and decided to not get involved any more than she has to. Either way, until we see her in action, I'm putting her as the informant of the group. Up next is Yellow Diamond. I know Peridot had said that Yellow Diamond controls the military, but she might also be in control of engineering and maintenance. The only gem that we know who is in Yellow Diamond's court and could be used as proof is Peridot, since she is a technician and a certified kindergartner. I would also think that Centipede would also be in Yellow Diamond's court, but I don't know if they just belong to a certain diamond or if they are like the rubies, in which they are common soldiers that are used by any leader. We can take a guess from what we saw in Monster Reunion or Senti's drawings when they drew their leader in what looked like a yellow or gold crayon. If you look closely, you can see Crayon Senti doing the salute, and on the unknown leader's chest, you can see something that looks like a gem. I'm guessing it's Yellow Diamond, since we have seen Yellow appear officially in Message Received, which happens way before we even see Senti again in Monster Reunion. But it could very well be just another gem that happens to have a similar color to Yellow Diamond, so I won't go further into the slot. As we continue with Senti's drawings, we see that she is a captain with her crew, and once they land on Earth, they start building. I don't know if it is the Centipedos that are doing the building, or if it's another type of gem that has the job to build stuff, but for now I will say it is the Centipedos. If this all points to Centipedos being builders and being under Yellow Diamond's court, then this also helps with proving that Yellow Diamond has control over the engineering side of things. That's all I can say for Yellow Diamond at the moment, so I'll move on. Next is Pink Diamond. We know that the court soldiers, Rose Quartz, Amethysts, Jaspers, and Cornelians, were in Pink Diamond's court since she created the soldiers on Earth, which was her first planet and moon. I won't go too deep into what each gem can do, since one gem is out of commission, one we just saw for a minute in a recent episode, and the original leader is officially gone. First is Rose Quartz. The most we know is that she was clearly made to be a sort of defender or support, since the weapon she can materialize as a shield. And before people say anything about her sword, remember that in the episode Bismuth herself said that she made Rose that sword. Rose didn't materialize it from her gem like her shield. Later on, we find out in an indirect kiss that she has the ability to heal a cracked gem with her tears, and she has the power over Flora that acts out as her guardian. We don't know if all Rose Quartz can do what our Rose can, but it's safe to say that it is possible. Next is Amethyst. Amethyst is a bit hard to tell what they exactly do, but if we only go off of what our Amethyst can do. If we look at the other Amethysts in the episode Gem Heist, we can see that the Amethysts act as guards. We even hear Holly Blue say, "Amethysts are to stay and guard the door," when our Amethyst tries to walk with the rest of the group. This could either be because Homeworld gives little to no respect to Earth-made gems, or it's because they were made to be guards and extra muscle, just like how it's a Ruby's job to escort a gem and make sure they don't get hurt along the way. The same could be said for Cornelians and the Beta Jaspers, since they get treated the same as the other Amethysts, so I won't go into detail about them. But I will talk about the Perfect Jasper, since we have seen how she fights and acts on the show before, so we can have an idea of how Jaspers are supposed to be. The idea of defense with Jasper is nearly non-existent, for Jasper focuses more on offense. We can see this type of attack style in her weapon, her crash helmet, and skill set. When she fights Guarded in Jailbreak, we see that she has a similar skill set as our Amethyst, since both have been shown to use a type of spin attack. The only other weapon she uses is the Gem Destabilizer, but since she doesn't materialize that weapon and only uses it once, I'm ignoring it. With that, it leads down to two possible roles Pink Diamond could have, being the defense/backup brigade for Homeworld, or she was in charge of making soldiers for the military, the Yellow controls. It is possible that she was doing both and Earth was the first time she was allowed to make her own type of soldiers, aka the court soldiers. We really don't know how long she had been ruling over Earth, or if she was doing something else before Earth became hers to control. Until we get more information about Pink Diamond, I won't linger on her any longer and move on. The last diamond to go over is White Diamond herself. This will be quick since we don't know what gems are in her court or what she is even like. We don't even know what she is doing on Homeworld or if she is on Homeworld at this point in time, since she hasn't even been mentioned in the series yet. We can assume that she is the strongest out of the Diamond Authority, and possibly the leader if we look at her mural. We can see that out of all the diamonds, she has the most planets and moons under her control. We don't know if this number is the same after all of these years, but she seems to be the one that the other diamonds answer to. Until we see her in the show, this will be just pure speculation. So to quickly run down what conclusion I came up with, here is what I think each diamond is in charge of. White Diamond is in charge as the leader of the diamonds. Yellow Diamond is in charge of the military and engineering. Blue Diamond is in charge of being the informant. And Pink Diamond was in charge of defense and creating new soldiers. And that is my theory on the Diamond Authority. If you guys see something that I missed or got incorrect, or if you just have your own theory and want to share, then go ahead and say so in the comment section below. Lazy out.